everything. Mama said, buy your biographies, rewrite your history, light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated.
Good morning, Eagle Nation. It is 8:31 a.m. Office Standard Time. It is Monday. It's April the 5th. Hope you had a lovely 3-day weekend. Wherever you may be, please stop, please stand, and let us rise for this morning's pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Hope you're dressed for success on this Monday. Lots of stuff going on. AZM2 writing kicks off tomorrow with third graders. And so we have a special event tonight for third graders. Move On when reading night. We hope to see them this evening at 5:30 p.m. It's also Monday, and if you recall, that means that today is early dismissal at 1:35 p.m. And so everybody's on their way home at 1:35, and meal pickup begins at 2 o'clock. So from 2 to 4 today is meal pickup. Tonight is Move On when reading night. AZM2 writing begins tomorrow. All of that is going on right now. In addition to that, we have a writing submission going on for list poems. I know Mr. Aceto's second graders submitted their list poems. I can't wait to read them. Others who may be interested, you have until Friday, this Friday at 12 noon to submit your list poem. Other opportunities that you have. That song that you just heard was a song dedication by Arist Nosker. Thank you, Arist. He says that song was Panic at the Disco, a song called High Hopes. And he says, I dedicate this song to everyone because everyone should have high hopes. Thanks, Arist. I agree with you. And in addition to song dedications and poetry submissions, there's another button you can press just below this video to get your commemorative yearbook and your class photo from this year. We have yearbooks from last year plus photos from this year. Our goal is to sell 100 books in 20 school days. You have until April the 30th to get yours. And for $15, you get your yearbook and your class photo from this year. Doing so will help you commemorate what's been an unforgettable set of 2 years. In addition to that, you'll be helping out our Emerson PTO. You can pay by cash or check. All you got to do is click the link, fill out your last name, first name, what grade you're in, and agree that you'll make your payment by April the 30th. We will process all the ones for payments that have been received by the end of this month. So, get yours today. But wait, there's more. Let's come back to the fact that it's Mathematical Monday. We've been talking now for actually months about how to find the percent of a number and ask, can you find whatever percent of a number? Any number on the 100s chart, right? What percent, any percent, up to 100% from any number, 1 to 100. So today we look at 14, and I chose 26 randomly, but I also chose it because it's a smaller number and it's a great place to start out as you exercise the skill. I also chose an even number to practice with because as you practice doing the mental math, it's a lot easier with even numbers until you get really good at the skill. Then you can do odd numbers, prime numbers, weird numbers. You can do all kinds of stuff. But start with an even, a small percentage and start with a small number. To find 26% of 14, you know that you can just make 26% out of a 10%, 10%, 5%, 1%. That's the key to this whole thing because 10% plus 10% is 20%, plus 5%, 25%, plus one more percent, 26%. Well, if we can do this part mentally, 10% of 14 is just move the decimal place one time, 1.4. Well, that's the same thing here, 1.4. To find 5%, well, 5% is half of 10%, so it's just half of whatever 10% is. And since it's 1.4, half of that is 0.7. And then the last one, 1%, just means move your decimal 2 times from its original place of 14, so you would move it 1, 2 for 0.14. Add all that up in your head, and you end up getting 1 plus 1 is 2, and you can add the 0.4 plus 0.4, that's 0.8, so now you're at 2.8. 2.8 plus 0.7 would be 3.5. 3.5, add in 0.1, make it 3.6 plus the 0.04. So 3.64, 3.64. In other words, 26% of 14 is 3.64. You can go to a restaurant today and pay 26% tip on a $14 bill, and you know exactly how much to give them, $3.64. And you don't need a calculator. That's how brilliant you could be. Now for some words of wisdom so you can get to the business of teaching and learning. And today is on the topic of honesty and responsibility. And as we talk about those values and character, we also want to remind you that this week in PBIS, we're doing a couple of things. On Monday, we want you to be responsible by following your classroom routines. And here's our tip. Look on the walls for posters showing proper procedures and make sure you're following them. 6 feet of distance, for example. Masks on at all times except when eating. Those are a couple of simple and basic examples. You can be responsible and be safer for yourself and safer for others by taking that simple tip. Now, some words of wisdom. On the topic of honesty and responsibility, how many of you have ever embroidered something or watched someone else embroider? When you embroider, you stitch colorful thread into a pattern onto a shirt, a dress, or maybe a pillowcase. In Indiana, they say, character, like embroidery, is made stitch by stitch. It's true, you know. Every time you act responsibly, every time you act courageously, every time you are honest or patient, you add a little color and beauty to the design and moral fabric of your life. And because everything we do affects the world around us, we make the world a better place. So today, be aware of small acts that show real character, stitch by stitch. With something to think about, this is Mr. Lodato. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.